As for version 4 exams in general, version 4 exams are in the form of a test. That is, we first go to the training, attend the training, and then we take the exam, which has an online form. That is, we sign up for this exam on our own. We have a special website for this. We also support our clients here in this regard if necessary. And then we get instructions from PeopleCert on how this exam will be conducted. Anyway, at each training course too, as it were, such knowledge is provided by the trainer. The exam is in the form of a test. That is, we have questions, we have 4 possible answers always. So we have A, B, C, or D. Well, and there is always only one correct answer, by the way, even from the point of view of the tool that is used for the exam itself. It doesn't specifically allow, I mean, not specifically, it just doesn't allow you to mark more than one answer. At the foundation level, we have 40 questions. Well, to pass this foundation exam, we need 26 points, 1 question, 1 point, that is 26 correct answers. As for time, well, here, depending on whether we write in our language or in a language other than our mother tongue, so it is respectively 60 plus 15 minutes. So if we speak Polish and we write the exam in English, French, German, well, then ultimately we get 75 minutes, while as if from the point of view of my experience, I can say that even these 60 minutes at the foundation level is a time that is usually far enough. And calmly this time here, I mean, it is really quite a lot. As for the level of difficulty, I mean, I personally do not like to say whether the exam is difficult or it is easy, because it is everyone's perception. We also react differently to the exams. We also deal with the exam differently. Sometimes you can see that people at the exams mobilize themselves additionally. Sometimes you can see that there is an element of stress. While here, what I would like to refer to as Bloom's scale. This is such a scale from 1 to 6, which somehow shows more or less from the PET how difficult the questions are and how difficult the exams are. Well, and at foundation level, it's actually level 1, level 2, which de facto means that we have to either memorize and we have to reproduce them, for example, a definition. And the second element, this level 2, is the ability to understand. That is, we show that certain concepts have been understood by us in some way. And that's what it looks like at foundation level. At intermediate level, it looks very similar. Of course, the prerequisite is that we have to be certified at foundation level. This doesn't apply only to those additional training courses I mentioned a moment ago, which is sustainability and that training course that deals with cloud. Here, in fact, there are no such prerequisites. There we can go for such training, even without the foundation level, while for all other training, both from the management professional path and the strategic leader path, no. Here, actually, such a requirement for this foundation certificate is the form of the exam does not change. That is, it is still a test, ABCD, all the time one answer is correct. We need a little more points. That is, we need 28 out of 40. Well, and we also have de facto more time, because here again, if we do not write this exam in our native language, we have close to 2 hours, which again seems to be a lot of time. While these exams are also already more difficult, here again, I will refer to this scale of Bloom. Here there is level 2, level 3. This level 2 again is understanding. If we want to show, if the exam is to make us understand a concept, while this level 3 is already the ability to apply. And then there is usually a question. It looks in such a way that there is a short story described. Well, and then we have a specific task to perform, a problem to solve. Well, and we have to find the answer that best addresses the problem. Well, and here the ability to apply is already tested. Well, and these questions are also usually more out of 40 questions. As a rule, this third level is about 30 of them. So 30 out of 40 is this third level. Well, and these 10 are like this second level. On the other hand, when it comes to this last item, which is system ability and digital and data strategy, why did I lumped them in separately because we have three fundamental differences actually. And the first difference is that in addition to the fact that we have an exam, we take this exam somewhere after the training. In addition to this, as part of the training, we go through together with the trainer, together with the group, we go through such 4 exercises, such 4 assessments, which are later evaluated by the trainer somewhere. Well, and as if both participation in the exercises themselves, and of course the implementation of these exercises in an appropriate manner, well, it gives us the opportunity to take the exam. So it's kind of one of the elements, such a threshold for entering the exam, that we have to participate in these exercises, well, and we have to pass them. That's one thing. But as I said, this is done as part of the training with some slight help from the trainer. It's a test all the time, while we have fewer questions, for the reason that both through the GREAT system and the digital IT strategy, we already have only a total of 30 questions. Well, and 21 out of 30 actually passed the exam for us. By virtue of the fact that we have fewer questions, well, of course, we also have less time. But as I mentioned earlier, this relationship between the number of questions, the amount of reading, that is all that we have to read, because these questions are relatively short, and just the amount of time we have, well, this relationship seems to be very good. And there are really very isolated cases where someone out there starts to run out of that time a little bit somewhere. Usually it's not really a challenge in terms of the time issue. Well, and as far as the level of difficulty is concerned, here it changes level 2, level 3, while the exercises that are carried out, practical exercises that are carried out as part of the GREAT system and digital IT strategy training, well, these are already exercises that map out this level 4 on the Bloom scale, which is also somewhere intended to verify whether we are able to at least justify certain things. This is also sort of subject to verification, whether this justification is a correct justification.